Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your reading with me, Cindy. So, Gemini, we're going to do a little bit of an intuitive reading for you. There's no theme, although I just call it an intuitive reading because I am going to be using my brand new Wild Unknown Oracle and Wild Unknown Tarot decks for you today. And we're going to start with my Divine Animals Oracle to get a theme, a main message or a theme for you in this reading. And we're just going to see what comes out. Is this an open spread? What is the message for Gemini right now? It's just a general reading, so it may or may not resonate. If it does resonate, there's an extended. The link to that is at the top of the description within this video. So gem. We want a main message. Oh, peace. You have the card of peace. Okay. I'm getting for some of you, you're watching some people around you kind of self-destruct. You see how this gorilla is just kind of sitting off in a very peaceful place here. I told you this is very intuitive. The smoke coming off of the earth. So the earth sort of being the symbol of where somebody would live. It's definitely is something that you are witnessing, whether it's someone that you're really close with, someone at a distance. Maybe it's something that you're witnessing in a group or a collective on earth. You could be witnessing it through social media, through the news. It feels a little more personal to me, what you're witnessing. You're kind of sitting in a place of peacefulness. I do want to say that it's not like you haven't won your own battles here too, with this sort of ceremonial, I could want to say it like a war. Yeah, it's a spear, and it's almost like a ceremonial mask and a shield. It's kind of like maybe you've done your own battles here, but you're just watching something from a distance. And you're kind of watching it self-destruct. But the one thing that I get with this card, beyond the intuitive message coming in right now, is that when something is self-destructing like this, it's getting ready to rebuild. So you're witnessing something outside of you. I don't feel like you're a big part of it. At least not right now. As I said, for some of you, you may be watching this. It could be a social group. It could be a community group in your neighborhood. And for some of you, you could be watching something on TV, in a completely different country. But most of you, it feels like you have some sort of personal connection to this. But you're distant from it for whatever reason. Maybe you've decided to leave that group. Maybe it's taking place. Maybe there's a bunch of friends that have gone on a trip together somewhere and it's not going well. And you're thinking, boy, glad I didn't go on that trip with them. At the bottom, you have hairs, cycles. Yeah, I don't think you're in this cycle. I think, because you've got the war armor here, you've already fought your own battles on something, and you're really witnessing people not having peace. People not having some sort of peace. And your cycle is more like a peaceful, very meditative, kind of magical internal oasis, perhaps. You may even be going more internal. Maybe what you're witnessing, maybe it is happening even in your own house. Maybe you've got kids and teenagers who are not getting along. It could be many elements, but there's construction in the destruction. Right? Even if it's something like your own kids, the siblings, they're working it out. They're kind of figuring out who they are now from their own perspective, and then figuring out how that applies to each other. But you're not in this. You're off on the sidelines. I really see that. You were off on the sidelines, and the group is self-destructing. But I really feel like to rebuild something. So, I was just keeping this open, but now that I kind of see there's something going on outside of you, I'm sorry. I cleaned my mouth as well as I could after I ate. With all this stuff in here, there's always something that ends up And my mouth, I've cleared it. Thank you. But so what I'm going to do with the oracle is I'm going to pull something out for you. And then I'm going to look at whatever this is outside of you that you're kind of witnessing. And we're going to build it up on that. So there's two distinct energies here. You kind of being in peace. And something outside of you not. So let's see where that goes. I feel like too, like you're kind of sitting back to see how it plays out. Sitting back to see how it plays out. And maybe to see how you fit in again. So this side, the left will be Gemini and the right will be this energy outside of you. So you've got the owl, right? Like sitting in the, I don't even think whatever self-destructing knows you're watching it. Maybe you're watching it like on an intuitive level with the owl. There's definitely some, like, look, yeah. Because eyes are closed, just in peace. And all the bunnies, like you're not predatory in any way. You're really peaceful. You're going through cycles. You're not in a predatory cycle. So I want to say you are not in like a yang energy. You're more yin. You're more kind of self-contained here. There's something very yang going on beyond you, that's happening beyond you. But you are sitting in a very, very stealthy position here. Very stealthy, very quiet, very secretive, collecting information. Owls also known as messengers, as well as, you know, just kind of being around and observing and learning and holding that in and keeping it in. You're learning about something here that you're watching outside of you. Outside of you is the turtle. This feels like a struggle. This card to me, when I see it, because of the darkness, it feels like the turtle is way at the bottom of this pond, water, lake. And this isn't an aquatic turtle. So like, and when I say that, it's not like a sea turtle. To me, it looks something like a red-eared slider, like the kind of turtle that can live on land and water, but it's not like it goes out to the ocean and it lives out there for like the next 10 years before it comes to shore and mates again. So there is a sense of trying to get to the surface, but having difficulty doing it because it's a really dark area. So I just feel like it's deep and it can be kind of slow. So somebody's going through something deep around you and it is kind of slow. It's a slow process to get back to the surface here. It's a destruction to create construction, like to create something new. Look, the shark is at the bottom. With something from beneath the surface that needs to come up to show some sort of a truth. I kind of like maybe... So what is the truth? Like, just to simplify it, let's say it's something as simple as 2 kids in your household. Your kids. They're growing up together. They've hit an age where they're both finding their own independence and their own unique personalities. So what is the truth going to be in this at the end of the day? Like maybe they're slamming doors, they're yelling at each other, they're just like doing kind of things to push each other's buttons intentionally. You're finding your peace here. You're kind of sitting in your peaceful spot. But after all the dust has settled, what is the truth? What is the truth here after the dust has settled? I don't know. I don't even know if I can tell you that. Because these people are playing out their own karma and their own journey. But let's just see what is told here. These new decks, they shuffle so nice. Okay, 3 cards for you. Oh my gosh, really? I got another owl. Wow, the 9 of Swords is at the bottom. The 9 of Swords is at the bottom. It may be anxiety that you have, but I don't think. I really get this such a funny feeling like you are sitting and observing something from a distance. So much of the heavy energy that's coming through in this reading feels like what you're observing or what you're sensing, what you're picking up intuitively here. What do you have to talk about this owl? You've got the Mother of Swords. There you are, all knowing. You know your truth. You're dug into the ground with it. You're sitting, you're feeling pretty balanced on that. Then we have the Ten of Swords, major ending in some capacity here. Again, just to simplify, it could be like if it's your own kids in the house, this is a complete ending in who they were. Maybe when they were young kids, when they were younger, before puberty, they got along really, really well. And now that is completely changed. It's changed the dynamic. Something has changed here in a big way. It's gone from peace to chaos, perhaps. But yet you're still sitting in an element of peace. And then you have the Empress coming in after. I don't know, for some of you, you could be the parent of something that's kind of self-destructing around you. It could even be a partner. Okay, so let's go over to this energy. So with the turtle, we have the Son of Swords. Like something is struggling, but it wants to come through really, really fast and really, really swiftly. It might be looking to you for the answer because it's directing this way towards you, but you're just sitting here like with this owl energy and you're just watching it and seeing what becomes of it. Six of Wands, coming up out of some difficult situation and finding victory, finding freedom, finding movement. This turtle, I'm sorry, I'm pointing at you, you can't see it, trying to slowly come up out of the depths of this deep murky water. Could be deep murky feelings that are finally coming to the surface. And then we have the World. So a major ending here. If I'm not looking at what direction this card is trying to drive itself, just if these were simple Rider-Waite tarots, Knight of Swords, Six of Wands, into the World. Someone is here that has been struggling with something outside of you that just wants to bust through already, claim some victory, and end this goddamn cycle. That's what it looks like. And look, this is the Knight of Swords. Like, this is just mental combobulation. Mental combobulation. They're both rising up. It's interesting because both the turtle, and they're sitting like this in the spread that I've just sort of created randomly and put down. They're both rising up from something. So the sticks, kind of the wands being the wands, the turtle being in having the all chemical symbol here of water. We have emotional burden. And I feel like we have like burden that that kind of stifles someone's passion. And all of this is kind of coming together and creating like some mental anxiety here, keeping them up at night, not sleeping well. It does really feel like something is not being expressed. And I don't know if you're dealing with someone outside of you that has been holding something in and together for quite a long time, and it's really wanting to come forward to the point where it's almost causing some anxiety. And if you deal with this person specifically, or you're seeing them interact with someone else outside of them, it's not coming out properly. It's almost coming out as a reaction to something that's pushed their button. But you're really cool like a cucumber in this. I feel like it's affected you on some level, obviously with the Ten of Swords. That's a major ending. It's feeling like, yes, there's defeat in this, but you really get back up pretty quick with the Empress. Oh, I think so I'm kind of thinking like, why is this coming out for you? I feel like I'm talking so much about something or someone outside of you. Now, interesting. Look at the spears, right? Like, look at this spear and the sword that the Mother of Swords is sitting on. I feel like you want to come in and kind of put in a death blow. You know, put something out of its misery. Put a relationship out of its misery. Put a situation out of its misery. You want an end to a cycle. You found peace, but something outside of you has not yet. So interesting. I never noticed before in this world card that the flowers on the inner edge are poppies. And whenever I think of poppies, I think of Flanders Field, like a war. Look at that, right? Look at the peace. What the heck are you really seeing here? We can look at this messaging that could be very, very broad, like just in terms of what you're seeing happening on the earth. And that final conflict, final battles, perhaps. I don't know. I think we're a long way from that, but it could be on some little like micro environment that you're noticing this in. I'm going to go teeny tiny tarot and dig a little deeper. Before I pull out the clarifiers, I do want to say, whatever you're doing, to keep doing it. Like if you are doing some sort of spiritual practice, physical practice, to keep your energy whole and more self-contained, continue to do that because it's working. Like you're just coming out, boom, on top here, really abundant, really shining your colors, feeling really good about the future and producing good things in the future. And I kind of want to say, like, this other energy outside of you that you're either witnessing through your eyes, like through observation, maybe through conversation, maybe people are telling you about something that's going on around you, or you're just feeling it intuitively. This energy is going to get itself out of this cycle. But it's been a bloody struggle, that's for sure. What is this Ten of Swords for Gemini? Good Lord, it's going into really unknown territory. Holy crap. Sometimes I'm hearing, like, you got the High Priestess and the Moon. I'm hearing for some of you, like, you can't even talk about this. You can't even talk about this. Oh, I've heard it twice now, so I'm going to say it. For some of you, you can reverse the energy. The whole reading can be reversed, Gemini. If it's like, yeah, this is my story, Cindy, but reverse it all. That's fine too. Because I've heard that twice now. But I'm going to keep going on the line that I am to try to prevent confusion. There's something that you went into here in a very unknown element, having to exercise your intuition, perhaps hoping for the best, but there's a major defeat here. It kind of has the feeling of, with the Mother of Swords, the Queen of Swords, going in and let's just figure out where this is going to end up. Like, let's just throw all the pieces in the air and see how they land. If everything lands face down and this is it, this is over, then so be it. If stuff lands face up and we can look at things and we can intellectualize about it and something can happen here that's creative and constructive, so be it. But it's really the energy of, I'm just going to go in and we're going to find out what the truth is. And it's as if the truth is, this is everything landed face down. And I don't even know that you know all the elements of it with the second energy that is outside of you here. And maybe that's a good thing because you're coming out as the Empress right away after this Ten of Swords. So the Mother of Swords. Wow. The Lovers and the Queen of Pentacles. This could be with a partner. Big time. For some of you, it's the choice that your own children or child is making in terms of a partnership with someone. For others of you, like younger people who might be dealing with a parent that is very disapproving of a partner, there's really something going on here where there's completely two different ways of seeing something. And it's almost as if the discussion has to end here. And you need to kind of go your own way and go into your own energy. you know, I feel like you're doing something that somebody doesn't like. But it's not really wrecking your peace. That's the funny thing. And I say it's funny because it feels almost very explosive. If it's your own kids, somebody's seeing somebody and it's just like, oh, how can I not see that this person is not good? And I'm like, you know, maybe legit the person isn't good for them. It's just not that you don't like the person's lifestyle, but yet they're still responsible. Like maybe this person does have problems with drugs or alcohol, or they're really in with a bad crowd that is getting in trouble with law enforcement over things that you shouldn't. They're just not right. You shouldn't be breaking into that place. Or there's really something here that's very divisive. It's causing division. It's causing, yeah, division, but you're coming out really good in this Empress. This Empress. The Two of Wands. You're trying to look beyond everything that's happening to you or that's going on around you. It's kind of like it affects you indirectly, but only if you allow it to. It seems pretty good. Now, what do we have over here with this other person, the Son of Swords? Like this is just wanting to charge forward. The Five of Cups, the Fool, and the Hermit. Yeah, like I really feel like somebody's been holding something back here and it's not coming out the way they would really like it to come out. If you're dealing with someone you're having disagreements with or argument with or some sort of personal conflict, or even if you're kind of the in-between person trying to help someone with some sort of inner conflict, this person who's having the conflict is just not coming out. It's not coming out the way they want to express themselves. I feel like almost this person could sit in bed at night and think about exactly what they want to say and how they want to say it, and then the situation is presented to them the next day and something triggers them and it doesn't even go that way. But this person has really been trying to work on this past disappointment. Take a leap of faith and make sure this leap of faith is coming from a really higher element within them with the Hermit. I feel like this person, now I don't know if this is starting to get, it's really funny. I'm almost feeling like the clarifiers are kind of pulling this further into the future. Like as I lay them on top, it's almost like time being laid on top as we go further ahead. I really do feel like this person in the future is going to be able to move beyond past disappointments and move forward, but move forward from a place that comes from a really deeper, higher sense, like in their highest good, in the highest good of you and anyone else that they're dealing with. The Six of Wands. The Seven of Cups and the Page of Wands. This person really wants to make things clear. Like, you know, the Seven of Cups, things could be very unclear, delusional, who knows? And the Page is just really simple communication, the start of some sort of communication. Would bring success here. Probably, absolutely, yeah. From what I'm seeing and pulling in here. You may have been communicating to someone and then suddenly that ended as well. I can't think of the last time I did a reading where so many possibilities were coming through. This could be like with more than one person in your life, Gemini. There's definitely a need for some sort of communication to clear something up. The World. The Four of Pentacles and the Star. Okay. Whatever this is for you, I feel like you're ready to let it go. I feel like you're ready to let it go. You're ready to move on. You're even energetically there. Like you were so there. You were energetically in a whole new place. But this, with the world, like this is the end of a cycle. But Four of Pentacles is like hanging on to it. I want to honestly tell you that I feel like someone could be coming back to you to say, you know what? I want to try again. I'm all healed. Everything is good. You're my wish. You're my dream. I want to have success in this. Is this really healed? I just want to say too, like if you're dealing with, I feel like for some of you, you're almost like the mediator. I can almost hear, like, I don't know whose house it is. I can hear the doors slamming. It's like, oh my God. When are they finishing college and going out on their own? Like, it's just that I sense that. So even, okay, so what I was trying to get with that is that for some of you that sort of resonated what I was talking about, like this could be something going on with, or even your own siblings, maybe you're getting phone calls saying, did you hear what John said about me? Oh my God, really? And you're just in something here and you are so ready to go. You are energetically, mentally ready to go into this really high vibrational energy, but something is pulling you back or trying to keep you even from getting ahead of it. Is it healed? Is it healed? I don't think so. I don't know. I really don't know. I want to say I feel like somebody is putting the work in with the Eight of Pentacles and the Four of Cups. Everyone's going to be on their own gradient level of healing here. Oh, with the Four of Cups, somebody's putting some sort of work in and something, like something's been missed here. Communication. Some sort. And it's really funny because Gemini, I think you're going to be, like, you're a communicator. You can be a little dual, though. Dualistic in your nature. But sometimes I feel like you're just kind of playing it out to see what the reaction is, to feel out the situation or the person. And I feel like you've come to some sort of conclusion and you're just, you know, I'm ready. Ready to go into the good stuff, into the good energy. Knight of Swords and the Ten of Cups and Temperance and the Hierophant and the Three of Wands. Oh my God, there's so much in the underline. Somebody really wants to bring peace here. So many cards. There you go. Somebody really wants to bring peace here with the Hierophant. I feel like this person either wants a real strong commitment with you. This person was either in a real strong commitment with you and wants to pick that up again. This person sees you as being the happiness at the end of the rainbow, bringing balance, alchemizing situations. You're definitely you're the mediator. Whether that's in like your life, this is your personal situation and you're one of the parties, or there's two other people involved here and you're just kind of watching it explode and saying, well, you know, if you just did this. So that's an interesting reading, Gemini. I'm going to go do the extended. I'm just going to like let it flow. Again, I'll look into the future a little bit more. Until next time, do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.